Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we have something interesting to take a look at today. As there's more to the storyline with Jack Eichel and the Buffalo Sabres. As a former member of the Buffalo Sabres, you may or may not have heard of Jean Sebastian Dea. Had an interview this morning where he was talking about his time in Buffalo. He was talking glowingly about them yesterday once he signed with the Habs, but that storyline changed just a little bit today. As with him talking about the Sabres situation and everything that's been going on, he had a real interesting quote here. And in quote, from Jean Sebastian Dea, he's not a bad person, but maybe there are reasons why Buffalo was in a situation like that. So immediately I looked at the comments and media and stuff like that, and everybody is on really three different sides. One is they're sticking up for Jack Eichel because who is this kid? He's played 33 games in the NHL. Most people don't even know who he is. Who is he to say what Jack Eichel is? It's not Jack Eichel's fault that Jeff Skinner was signed to a terrible contract. It's not Jack Eichel's fault that they traded Sam Reinhart for a starter potential goalie and a first-round pick for Sam Reinhart. It's not Jack Eichel's fault that there is not a playoff team in Buffalo right now. But there's also the people that were on the other side of the fence and maybe bringing up the situation that, hey, you know what? We've heard these qualms here before. You also mentioned that he's not anywhere near Sidney Crosby, which is that a compliment to even be compared to Crosby, even in the same vein, even if you're not in the same conversation, if that's the guy you bring up. So it's a combination of people saying this guy that's played 33 games in the league is just throwing shade at Eichel. But then there's also the people wondering, is there more to the character issues with Jack Eichel? And I wonder if there's a combination of both here. And that's why I'm talking about the third side. And that's why this is stuff that Buffalo really doesn't want getting out. And there has been concerns about the ownership in Buffalo for a long time. The Pagulas, what they did during the pandemic, firing all their stadium staff and then expecting them to come back. Oh yeah, we're having the season again. Why don't you guys come back to us, right? We're not going to guarantee you could lose your job next week, but hey, we need people now, so come back in. That kind of stuff rubs Sabres fans the wrong way. I know there was stuff with season ticket holders last year that Sabres fans weren't happy about. And now this stuff, it doesn't end in Buffalo. They cannot catch a break with this stuff. They can't catch a break with PR. They can't catch a break with trades. They can't catch a break with signings. The optics of the moves they made yesterday is just mind-blowing. Now, they bring in two goaltenders, right? They lost Linus Ullmark and they lost Carter Hutton. And who do they bring in? Well, it's not just about who they brought in, it's about the timing of who they brought in. It doesn't look good for the Sabres. Now, let's look at it this way. So, the goaltending market's drying up, right? Colorado is getting nervous. They just lost out on Grubauer. They have to get Darcy Kemper probably from the Arizona Coyotes, right? That makes sense. Okay, so now that goalie's off the market. Now the only goaltender left is Devin Dubnyk. Until Buffalo signs Aaron Dell, and Craig Anderson, who was expected to retire, is now coming back to play with the Buffalo Sabres. And this was all made at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock last night. It's just not a good look for the Sabres. It's not a good look for the franchise. It's not a good look for any of it. And the optics of it is just terrible. It's pretty much they were scrambling. Where's a goalie? We just need to pick up two goalies to fill out on our roster. It's like they forgot that they lost Linus Ullmark and Carter Hutton, and they were like, oh, damn, we need a goalie now. We need two goalies, actually. We can't put Jiro-Pekka Luukkonen into this situation. So I don't know what the Sabres are doing. This just adds more fuel to the fire with the Jack Eichel stuff. The LA Kings, Rob Blake, had a press conference, and people were trying to get out of Rob Blake. Are you looking to make any more moves this summer? Maybe Jack Eichel. What's going on there? And Rob Blake seemed pretty content. He was like, yeah, we kind of have the team we want. We got Philip Deneau. We have enough center depth, so unless the deal is really good or the value comes down, don't expect us to be bringing in a guy like Jack Eichel, because it just doesn't work. So, and now this stuff coming out continues to lower Jack Eichel's value. It's like the Sabres are asking for the same price, but as time has gone along, his price has dropped more and more and more and more, and the Sabres' ask stays the same. The thought of a trade at this point just seems very, very odd. Now, unless the Sabres really drop his value closer to what the market sees him as, maybe this is a good thing and actually allows Jack Eichel to get traded. But somebody's got to give, and it's honestly, it's the Buffalo Sabres. They have to give on this trade, because no matter what the trade is, the Sabres fans will be upset with the trade because it's not Jack Eichel. And that's just the truth of it. But if we're going to be honest, the Sabres are more frustrated because this team has done this before. They've brought in guys, and they draft them, and they don't work out, so they trade them out, or they go to free agency, they win they're a Vezina finalist the next season, Robin Lehner, or they become Ryan O'Reilly, a guy that didn't want to play hockey anymore in Buffalo, goes to St. Louis, wins the Stanley Cup. Like, you see the storyline all over the league, and it's so frustrating. Evander Kane, how good of a player he became outside of Buffalo. Like, you look at all these guys, and you just think to yourself, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening to the Sabres? And it's, at the end of the day, management, ownership is responsible for this. So, does Kevyn Adams right the ship? Does he fix things? He seemed very optimistic in his pre-draft and post-draft media availabilities, but at the end of the day, the situation stays the same in Buffalo. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of this stuff? Jean Sebastian Dea, out of all people, throwing a little bit of shade at Jack Eichel and his character. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL and more videos just like this one, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.